First you are going to read the paragraphs, then I will read and I will explain. Then we will do the exercise, okay? So I'm going to ask you one by one, and the students to whom I will ask, they have to unmute themselves. Is that clear to all of you? Okay? You have to unmute yourself and I'll ask you to read, and then you're going to read the paragraph and the other students will listen. Okay? Okay. Now, first of all, I want all of you to open your Oxford Progressive English. Okay? Unit number 5. Unit number 5, sights and sounds. Basically, this unit is about your sight, the 5 basic senses. Sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of smell. Okay? All these senses, the 5 major senses. Page number 99. Page number 99. Okay? So, who wants to read first? Yes. Uh, yes, Rohan. Yes, Rohan, I have unmuted you.
Okay.
Page number 99.
99.
99. Okay, the sounds of the sea. Start reading.
The sounds of the sea.
I repeat.
Autobiography.
Correct.
In the biography, a writer writes about someone else's life. See Unit 3. Autobiography is writing about one's own life and memories. Derivation, the
Leave
prefix.
this thing. Leave, Rohan, leave this. Now, come the text below.
The text below is taken from the autobiography of Ved Mehta. Ved Mehta is now an American citizen, but he was born in Lahore in 1936. At the age of 3, he contracted meningitis, a serious
It
illness.
is, listen, it's meningitis. How do we pronounce it? Meningitis. Okay?
Meningitis, a serious
True.
illness, which left him totally blind. Father, who was a doctor, wanted his little boy to be independent and educated despite his blindness. For this reason, just before Verdi's 5th birthday, his father sent him away to a school for the blind. This text describes Verdi's memory of experiencing the sea for the very first time on the school trip. Verdi couldn't see the sea, but he could smell it and feel it touch.
Good. Good, Rohan. Okay. Now I want, yes, Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman, you have to unmute yourself. Yes, beta. Abdul Rahman. Okay, now. Okay. Heather, you can read. I have unmuted you. Okay, Heather. Paragraph 1. Yes.
have left it.
Paragraph 1. Page 99. Paragraph 1. Okay.
Where Rohan left.
Beta, paragraph 1 at Juhu Beach. At Juhu Beach. Page 99. Page 99. Paragraph 1. At Juhu Beach, I heard a sound I'd never heard before. Okay?
Okay. At Juhu Beach, I heard a sound I did never heard before.
No, it's not did. It's had for I had. You will pronounce it I'd never heard before. I'd never heard before. Okay?
I never heard before. A gigantic roar alternating with the sound of a huge amount of water rushing out.
Beta, this is gigantic. How do we pronounce it?
Gigantic.
Gigantic. Correct.
The sound was very different from Mahim Sea Beach,
1 second.
which was
Maham Sea Beach. Beta, it's page number 99. Umar Nawaz, it's page number 99. The sounds of the sea. Paragraph 1. Okay, continue, beta.
Mahim Sea Beach, which was quite like a canal in Lahore. It was actually an inlet. I wanted to run towards the sound and touch it to, to feel what it was really like. But the sighted master,
Tips.
but the sighted master hurried us by
Herded as boys.
into the
Herded.
boys' shack. He gave us each a pair of bathing drawers, and
Drawers.
and we got into them. Now you can do what you like, the sighted master said, but don't go beyond the rope into the water.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather. Now I want, okay, from the girl side, Nurul Iman, you can read. Nurul Iman, I have unmuted you, beta. Nurul Iman, okay. It's paragraph number 2. Paragraph number 2, page 100. Okay? Yes, start.
Hesitated for a moment, wondering how to roar and rush I would hear two sighted master ringing the bell on the other side of the rope, but the partially
Partially.
sighted boys started running toward the road and the rush, calling back Abdul when ready.
When
There,
ready,
there is nothing in the way you can run to.
Okay, beta, good. Okay. Now paragraph 3. Who wants to read paragraph number 3? Who wants to read paragraph number 3?
इसको आगे रख के बोलते हैं अकल
Yes.
हो
Yes, beta, who will read? Ahmad Raza. Ahmad Raza. Yes, Ahmad Raza, you will read paragraph number 3.
मैनेजर आ जाओ इधर
Paragraph number 3. Paragraph number 3, Ahmad Raza. Ahmad.
I ran towards the road and the rush. The air smelled of salt and coconut. There was hot, rainy, dry ground underfoot. It was so hot that I could scarcely,
It's scarcely
bear to my,
put.
scarcely to put my feet on it. So I had to run fast and couldn't stop to examine it.
No. Examine it.
To examine it. Suddenly I was in the water, being carried out. It closed over my head. I forgot everything. I felt I'd never been so happy. A jolt opened my mouth. I was rapidly swallowing water that tasted of tears, buckets of them. I was flung back, choking. Again the water closed over my head. The water retreated. I lay on the water, wondering if the sea could take me all the way to the Punjab. Then I came up against the rope as thick as the one we use for tug of war, and I heard the sighted master calling me. That's far enough. Come back, you will drown.
There was some connection problem. Okay, so we are going to start from where we have left. Page number 100, paragraph number 3, line number 4. Page number 100, paragraph number 3, line number 4. Okay, quickly, I want anyone to read it. Okay. Now, who wants to read? Okay, beta. Now I'm going to start and I'm going to explain. All of you please listen to me carefully. Autobiography. You know what is an autobiography? Autobiography is writing about one's own account, one's own life experience. Okay, you're writing about your own account. That is an autobiography. Okay, and biography is to write about some other person's life. Autobiography is to write about one's own life, and biography is to write about some other person's life. Okay, this autobiography is of Ved Mehta, who became blind at the age of 3 when he was 3 years old. He contracted meningitis. Meningitis is a very serious illness, okay, which left him completely blind. He was not blind by birth, but he became blind at the age of 3. So Ved Mehta is telling about his experience when he went to the sea first time in his life with his class fellows, okay, and his teacher. Obviously, all of you know this thing. If a person does not have eyes, okay, he or she is blind. How he will see the world? We cannot see the beauty. We have to be thankful to Allah Almighty that Allah has blessed us with all senses. Okay, we can see, we can hear, we can taste, we can touch. We have all these senses. Okay, the children who do not have these senses, you cannot even imagine their feelings. How do they feel? So this is the feeling of Ved Mehta when he first time went to the beach. Okay, the text below is taken from the autobiography of Ved Mehta. Ved Mehta is now an American citizen. Now he is living in America, but he was born in Lahore. In 1936, at the age of 3, he contracted meningitis. How do we pronounce it? Meningitis. Meningitis is an illness which causes blindness. Okay? It is that kind of a disease which causes blindness. A serious illness which left him totally blind. So at the age of 3, he contracted meningitis and he became completely blind. His father, who was a doctor, wanted his little boy to be independent and educated despite his blindness. All of you know this thing, that there are schools for the blind children also, as well as deaf and dumb. Okay, so his father wanted his son to be educated. He didn't want his son to be dependent on others despite his blindness. He knew this fact that his son had become blind, and now he wanted his son to get education and to become independent. For this reason, just before Vedi's 5th birthday, his father sent him away to the blind. He sent him to Karachi. Obviously, the beach is in Karachi. Not, there is sea in Lahore. This describes Vedi's memory of experiencing the sea for the very first time on a school trip. Vedi couldn't see the sea, but he could smell it and feel its touch. Obviously, the blind people, they cannot see anything, but by touching the things and by smelling something, they can understand what the thing is about. Okay, paragraph 1. Now Ved Mehta is telling his experience. He is narrating now. Okay, at Juhu beach, I heard a sound I'd never heard before. Now Ved Mehta is saying that when I went with my school trip to Juhu Beach, I heard a sound that I had never heard before. A gigantic means huge, very big. A gigantic roar, a lion roar, sound. Roar means a big, great sound. Alternating with the sound of huge amount of water rushing out. So Wet Matter said that I heard a very, very big sound of sea waves, okay? Like the water is coming towards me to get me, to grab me. The sound was very different from Maham Sea Beach, which was quite like a canal in Lahore. So that voice was quite different from Maham Sea Beach. It was just like if you all of you know that there are canal park. All of you know this thing. A canal is like a stream of water, okay, which is taken out from rivers. I wanted to run towards the sound and touch it, to feel what it was really like. But the sighted master, the writer, Wet Matter, has used the adjective sighted. Sighted means one who can see. Sighted means one who can see. Okay? So sighted my master herded us boys into the boys' shack. Shack is like a hut. In Karachi, on the beaches, there are many shacks, there are many huts. Okay? He gave us each a pair of bathing drawers. Drawers are like the trousers or the trunks which are used for swimming or for going into the water. And we got into them. So Wet Mehta said that he wanted to go to touch the waves of the water. He wanted to see how it felt like. But at that time, their master told the boys to go into their master took the boys to the hut and gave them the bathing drawers so that they could go into the water and their clothes would not be spoiled. Okay, turn to page number 100, line number 1. Okay, now you can do what you like, the sighted master said, but don't go beyond the rope in the water. He has fixed some rope and he wanted the boys, because some of the boys were completely blind, some of the boys were partially blind, means they could see a little. Okay, I hesitated for a moment, hesitated like you kept on thinking if I should do this or not. So he hesitated for a moment, wondering how. Amit means between. The roar and rush, I would hear the sighted master ringing the bell on the other side of the rope. So why he was hesitating? He was thinking, okay, will he be able to hear the sound of the ringing of the bell of the sighted master for coming back or for not going far into the water? Because the waves of the water make very great sound, okay, gigantic sound. But the partially sighted boys, they have used the word partially sighted. Partially sighted means boys who could see half, a little bit, started running towards the roar and the rush, calling back, Abdul, Reuben, Vedi, there's nothing in the way, you can run to. So Abdul, Reuben, Vedi are completely blind. So the partially sighted boys started calling to them, there is nothing in your way, you can come, there is no danger. Paragraph 3. I ran towards the roar and the rush. Okay, roar and rush refer to the waves of the sea. Okay, the air smelled of salt and coconut. There are many coconut and date palm trees near the beach. So there was a smell of salt and coconut in the air. There was hot, grainy, dry ground underfoot, obviously. The sand is hot and dry. So these were the things he was feeling and he was smelling. He smelled salt and coconut in the air. He could feel the hot, grainy, dry ground under his feet. It was so hot that I could scarcely bear to put my feet on. Scarcely means hardly. He could hardly put his feet on the sand because it was morning, it was like afternoon time, and obviously it was hot. So I had to run fast and couldn't stop to examine it. Suddenly I was in the water. So he kept running, he didn't touch the ground, he didn't touch the sand, and he kept running until he was in the water. It closed over my head. I forgot everything. I felt I'd never been so happy. Like it was such a wonderful experience for Vedi that he had never been so happy before. Okay? A jolt opened my mouth. Jolt means like a jerk. Somebody pushed him or somebody pulled him. Jerk. I was rapidly swallowing water that tasted of tears. You know, sea water is salty and your tears are also salty. So he was in the water. He tasted water that was that tasted of tears because sea water is salty. Buckets of them. I was flung back choking. Choking means unable to breathe because he went into the water, so the water started coming into his mouth also, and he started choking. Okay. So again, the water. Rita, please check your mic, Heather. Again, the water closed over my head. The water retreated. Retreated means moved back. Moved back. I lay on the water wondering if the sea could take me all the way to the Punjab. Then I came up against the rope as thick as the one we use for tug of war. Tug of war is a game. We also have tug of war on sports day, in which there is a rope and there are two groups of children on each side of the rope tugging one another. Okay. And I heard the sighted master calling to me, "That's far enough. Come back. You will drown." Okay. So what happened in paragraph 3, Vedmeta told about his experience that he felt so much excited. He was feeling so much happy when he went towards the water, when he was in the sea. The sea water was coming into his mouth and it instead of tears. Okay. And he just continued to lay down in the water, and he wanted to remain there for a long time until his master called him that it's too far, you will be drowned if you go so far. Okay. Paragraph number 4. We spent the day bathing in the water and running around on the new ground. Okay. I couldn't get over the way it shifted around almost like the water. We could go into the water as often as we liked, and when we ran, we just had to keep the sound of the ocean to our left or right, depending on which way we were facing. So the whole day the children spent on the beach. They kept on running on the ground, playing different games or going into the water, enjoying the water. So that was a wonderful day for Ved Mehta. The school, and he kept on thinking about his family in Lahore, everybody, okay, his school, everything. The school compound and the racing track suddenly shrank in my mind. Shrank means like the clothes shrink. Shrank means to become smaller in size. So everything was like becoming smaller in his mind. He was not thinking about anything, neither the racing track, the school compound, the playground, everything lost its importance in his memory. Like a woolen sock, Mama Ji had knitted for me, which became so small after it was washed that I could scarcely get my hand in it. Okay, so he has he has explained this fact that the school compound and the racing track became smaller like a woolen sock once his mamaji, his uncle, had knitted for him, and after his mother washed the sock, it became so small that he could even not put his hand in it. Okay, so students, the story is about a boy named Vedmeta, because you have to write the summary, so that is why I'm explaining a little bit. So Vedmeta contracted meningitis at the age of 3 in 1936, and he became completely blind. His father wanted him to be independent and educated, so his father sent him to a school in Karachi. And Vedmeta has narrated his experience for the first time when he went to the seaside with his friends, class fellows, and his school. Okay, so he had never heard this sound, such a great sound of waves and seawater, and he was feeling so much excited. First, he changed his clothes, and then they went into the sea, and seawater was coming into his mouth, and he tasted the seawater. It was just like he's tasting some, it just tasted like tears because seawater is salty. And he continued to enjoy his experience. He didn't want to come back. Everything just shrank in his memory, whether it's about his school ground, racing track, everything. Okay, so he was very much excited and happy over there. Now students, I'm going to unmute all of you and we will do the exercise. Okay, now students, all of you have to unmute yourself. I've told you again and again that it's very easy. You have to go on your left hand side to the mute button and click on it. Okay, then you will be unmuted. I have unmuted all the students. Okay, so now students, do you understand the story? Any confusion? Any confusion?